Okay, so I need to tell you something, and honestly, this might completely change how you think about love for the rest of this month. Because what's about to happen on February 10th? I don't think it's just another planetary shift. I genuinely believe it's a cosmic love portal opening, and I don't say that lightly. Here's the thing, Venus, the literal planet of love, is about to enter her dreamiest, most romantic sign. And when I say dreamiest, I mean this is the placement where Venus operates at her absolute highest frequency. The version of love you've experienced before this, it doesn't even compare to what's possible when this energy hits. And the wild part is, most people have no idea what's actually unfolding right now. Something massive is shifting in the realm of love and relationships, and once you start recognizing the signs, you won't be able to unsee them. I know that sounds intense, but stay with me. Now, if you've been feeling this strange pull towards someone lately, like you can't stop thinking about them even when it makes no logical sense, I really want you to stay with me on this one. There's a very specific reason I think that's happening, and I'm going to break it down for you later in this video. But first, I need to explain why I believe the next 2 weeks are absolutely crucial, because starting tomorrow, February 10th, we're entering what I'd call a cosmic love sanctuary. The old rules about relationships? They don't apply anymore. The logical, detached energy we've been operating under, it's dissolving, and if you're a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, you're about to experience something that honestly feels like a miracle. And if that resonates, you're definitely not alone. You're about to feel the ripple of this energy moving through every part of your love life, and if you think this is just a minor romantic boost, I really don't think you're seeing the full picture yet. I believe something much bigger is happening. Keep watching, because the signs are probably already showing up in your life. You just might not have connected the dots yet. You can't stop thinking about them, and it's not random. So here's something I've been hearing from a lot of people, and honestly, I've noticed it in myself too. Over the past few days, has someone been on your mind constantly? Like you could be in the middle of doing something completely unrelated, and suddenly their face pops into your head, their energy, the way they laugh, right? If you've caught yourself daydreaming about someone, whether it's an ex, a crush, or even someone you barely know, here's what I think might be going on. Your psychic antenna is already tuning into this Venus energy. Even though Venus doesn't officially enter Pisces until tomorrow, I believe the frequency has been building for days. Right now, your heart might be reaching out telepathically to someone whose soul is meant to connect with yours. Thoughts feel intrusive because they're not just thoughts, they're energetic calls. And if that's you, I really want you to know, you're not imagining this. And here's the part nobody's really talking about. I think the universe is actually preparing you for a major love activation. What used to feel like random fantasies now carry weight because your soul recognizes that this energy is real. The person you can't stop thinking about. There might be a reason they're showing up now. This isn't obsession. This isn't you losing your mind. I really believe this is your energy field responding to the most romantic transit of the entire year. And if you've been resisting these feelings, trying to logic them away, that's not just a preference. That's misalignment. You're not broken. You're opening. But this isn't the only thing shifting. Something even more beautiful is happening, and this was a big aha moment for me. The universe is about to match your vibe instantly. Have you experienced this? You've been working on yourself, healing, raising your standards, choosing peace over chaos, and suddenly, out of nowhere, someone who actually matches that energy appears. Does that resonate? This is happening to so many of us right now, and here's what I think might be going on. Starting February 10th, Venus in Pisces creates what I call instant manifestation energy. It's like the universe stops making you wait. The work you've been doing on yourself, it's about to be reflected back to you in the people you attract. So when you raise your vibration even slightly, the universe responds immediately. That's why you might suddenly notice people looking at you differently. It's why strangers might start conversations with you. It's why that person you've been thinking about might reach out without any logical reason. I think your energy just became magnetic in a way it wasn't before. And it's not just your romantic life that feels different. Your entire perspective on love might shift too, lighter, more hopeful. Some people are waking up and realizing that the walls they built around their heart don't feel necessary anymore. And if that's you, you're not alone. Others feel like they can finally breathe in relationships again, like the heaviness has lifted. You might even notice yourself smiling at the thought of love, not with fear, but with genuine excitement. If you've been feeling more open, more trusting, or caught in this beautiful state of hope, this might be why. And what I want to share next is going to change how you see all of this. Your dreams are becoming psychic messages. Okay, this one is really interesting to me. Have you noticed your dreams getting incredibly vivid lately? Or maybe you're dreaming about someone specific, someone from your past, or someone you haven't even met yet. Since we've entered February, more and more people are telling me about these intense, emotionally charged dreams that don't feel like regular dreams. It's happening in unexpected ways. You wake up crying from a dream about reconciliation, or you dream of a conversation that feels so real, you check your phone to see if it actually happened. Maybe you're seeing symbols, red roses, ocean waves, two swans, images that feel significant even if you don't understand why. These aren't random. They're not just your subconscious processing the day. It's different, vivid, but impossible to ignore. And if you've been feeling this, I really want you to know you're not making it up. And here's where it gets interesting. Pisces is the sign of dreams, intuition, and the subconscious mind. So when Venus, the planet of love, moves through Pisces, I believe our dream state becomes a communication channel. You might be receiving messages about your love life through dreams because your logical mind would reject them during the day. Now, am I saying you should base your entire love life on a dream? No, I can't say that for certain, but is it a coincidence that so many people are reporting prophetic or emotionally significant dreams at the exact same time Venus is preparing to enter the most intuitive sign of the zodiac? That's for you to decide. And if you thought that was unusual, wait until I explain why 3 specific signs are about to experience something extraordinary. This was honestly a huge realization for me. 3 signs will feel this like a tidal wave, and you know who you are. Remember at the beginning when I said there's a specific reason some of you have been feeling this so intensely? Okay, this is it. Lately, if you're a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, you might have noticed something strange. Love doesn't feel optional anymore. It feels like a calling, like your soul is screaming for connection, for depth, for the kind of love that changes everything. This is happening to the water signs right now, and no, I don't think this is just romantic longing. This feels different, right? So here's what I think is happening. Starting February 10th, Venus in Pisces creates a perfect trine, that's a harmonious 120-degree angle, with Jupiter in Cancer. Both of these planets are in their exaltation, which means they're operating at their absolute highest potential. This is what astrologers call a double exaltation, and it happens maybe once every few years. Why does this matter? Because when the 2 luckiest planets in the sky are both at their peak power and supporting each other, miracles become possible. If you're a water sign, this energy is flowing directly through your element. You're not just witnessing this transit, you're living inside of it. Your sensitivity, which the world often told you was a weakness, is actually the exact instrument you need to receive this frequency of love. So next time you feel that pull towards someone, that overwhelming emotion, that sense that something massive is about to happen in your love life, don't just shake it off. Pay attention. Because you might not be overthinking. You might actually be tuning into your destiny, and honestly, what's coming next, this is where it gets really intense for me. Pisces, you're about to become irresistibly magnetic. If you're a Pisces, I need you to really hear this, because what's happening for you starting February 10th is not subtle. This is your moment. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, is entering your sign, and not just any placement, but her place of exaltation. You are literally becoming the embodiment of love itself. Here's what I don't think you realize yet. You won't have to chase anyone. You won't have to prove your worth. You won't have to bend yourself into shapes to be loved. Starting now, the universe brings the love to you. People will be drawn to you like they can't explain it. You'll walk into a room and energy shifts. Has that been happening already? But there's more. On February 17th, Venus aligns perfectly with the North Node in your sign. The North Node is the point of destiny, fate, and karmic evolution. When Venus meets the North Node in your sign, I believe you're not just attracting love, you're attracting your soulmate, the person who is meant to help you evolve into your highest timeline. And I know that sounds dramatic, but this is one of the most powerful love signatures in all of astrology. This is the kind of transit where you meet someone and it feels like you've known them for lifetimes. Where the connection is so magnetic, so undeniable that logic doesn't even try to interfere. I think you're being pulled towards someone whose soul recognizes yours. And honestly, I've been feeling the echo of this energy myself, even though I'm not a Pisces. If you're single, expect the unexpected. Someone could appear out of nowhere at the grocery store through a friend in your DMs, and they'll carry this energy of meant to be. If you're in a relationship, expect a deepening, a renewal, a falling in love all over again. This isn't a minor shift. This is a complete reactivation of your heart. Cancer, your protective shell is about to crack open, and that's beautiful. Cancer, I see you. I know you've been guarding your heart. I know you've built walls because you've been hurt before, but I really believe the universe is asking you to soften now. And I don't mean that in a way that makes you vulnerable to harm. I mean it in a way that allows the miracle in. Starting February 10th, Jupiter, your planet of luck and expansion, is exalted in your sign. And at the same time, Venus in Pisces is forming a perfect trine to that Jupiter. Do you understand what this means? This is the universe saying, you are safe to love now, you are protected, you can trust. I think the fear you've been carrying, the fear of abandonment, of betrayal, of not being enough, it's dissolving. The double exaltation creates this cosmic womb of safety where love doesn't feel scary anymore, it feels like home. And here's what's really beautiful about this transit for you. The love that's coming isn't coming to take from you. It's coming to nourish you, to build with you, to create a sanctuary with you. This is the energy of building a family, whether that's a literal family or a chosen family. This is about finding your person, the one who makes you feel emotionally secure enough to finally exhale. For some of you, this might mean meeting someone new who feels like an instant safe haven. For others, it might mean your current relationship enters a new chapter of stability and commitment. And for those of you healing from heartbreak, this transit is the band-aid being gently removed. The wound is finally ready to breathe and heal completely. You've been the nurturer for everyone else for so long. Now it's your turn to be nurtured. I really believe that. And if that brings tears to your eyes, let them come. That's the shell cracking. That's the softening. That's the miracle beginning. Scorpio, the love that transforms you is finally here. Scorpio, you don't do anything halfway. When you love with your entire soul. And I think you've been waiting for someone who can match that intensity, haven't you? Someone who isn't afraid of your depth. Someone who can meet you in the shadows and the light. Starting February 10th, Venus moves into your 5th house, the house of romance, pleasure, and creative self-expression. This is where the magic happens. This is where you stop performing and start playing. And with Jupiter exalted in your 9th house, there's this beautiful expansion happening around your beliefs about what love can be. I believe you're being asked to release the story that love has to be painful to be real, that suffering equals depth, that you have to earn affection through intensity. The Venus-Jupiter trine is rewriting that script entirely. The love coming for you now is joyful, it's light, it's fun, and I know that might feel foreign at first because you're used to love being this heavy, transformative, all-consuming thing. But here's what I want you to understand. Transformation doesn't always have to hurt. Sometimes the most profound transformation happens when you finally allow yourself to just enjoy love, to laugh, to be playful, to trust that someone can see all of you and choose to stay, not because they're trauma bonded, but because they genuinely delight in who you are. This transit is also connected to travel, higher learning, and spiritual expansion, so don't be surprised if you meet someone in an unexpected place, maybe through a class, a trip, a spiritual community. Or maybe someone you already know suddenly reveals a depth you didn't see before, and it shifts everything. The miracle for you, Scorpio, is permission. Permission to love without armor. Permission to trust without testing. Permission to believe that you are worthy of a love that feels good. Not just powerful, but genuinely soul-deep good. And honestly, I think that's the love that's going to change your life. But here's what nobody's telling you, and this is important. Okay, so I've painted this beautiful picture of cosmic love magic, right? And I meant every word, but I need to be real with you about something, because I think honesty is more helpful than hype. On February 15th, just 5 days after Venus enters Pisces, she forms a square to Black Moon Lilith, and if you know anything about Lilith, you know she's not here to play nice. Lilith represents the wild, untamed, unapologetic part of the feminine. The part that refuses to shrink, the part that says, I will not abandon myself to be loved. So here's what I think this means. Before the soulmate energy fully activates, you're going to be tested, not by the universe being cruel, but by the universe asking you, are you willing to show up as your full, authentic self? Or are you going to perform? Are you going to pretend to be softer, easier, more agreeable than you are? This square might manifest as a moment of jealousy, a confrontation with an ex, a situation where you have to choose between keeping the peace and honoring your truth. And I really want you to pay attention to how you respond. Because the love miracle on the other side of this test is only available to those who refuse to betray themselves. The soulmate you're calling in? They don't want the edited version of you. They want the real you, the messy, complicated, beautifully imperfect you. And if you water yourself down to attract love, you won't attract your soulmate. You'll attract someone who loves a fantasy. Does that make sense? So when that moment comes, and you'll know it when you feel it, choose yourself, speak your truth, set the boundary, walk away from what doesn't honor you. That's not sabotaging the miracle. That's preparing the ground for it. The portal opens on February 17th, and it's bigger than just love. Now I need to talk about something that's happening on the exact same day as the Venus North Node conjunction, and this is where things get really wild. On February 17th, there's a solar eclipse in Aquarius. Eclipses are cosmic reset buttons. They shut down one timeline and open another. This particular eclipse is happening in your social sphere, your friendships, your community, your vision for the future. So here's what I think is happening. The universe is clearing out the old to make space for the new, that friend group that doesn't really get you anymore. They might drift away naturally. That social circle you've been forcing yourself to fit into. The eclipse might dissolve it, and it's not punishment, it's preparation. Because later that same day, Venus meets the North Node in Pisces, so the eclipse clears the deck and then immediately the love you've been waiting for has space to enter. Do you see how perfect that is? This isn't just about romance either. I think this eclipse is about belonging. It's about finding your soul tribe, the people who see you, who get you, who love you for exactly who you are. And sometimes that person is singular. Your person, your soulmate, the one who becomes your home. But here's the thing about eclipses. They move fast. The window is small. This isn't the kind of energy where you can sit back and wait for perfect timing. If you feel the pull, if you get the opportunity, if the door opens, walk through it. Because by the time you overthink it, the moment might be gone. February 22nd, the day the miracle peaks. If I could tell you to mark one date on your calendar this month, it would be February 22nd. This is the day Venus and Jupiter form their exact trine. Both planets are exalted. Both planets are in water signs. Both planets are at the peak of their power. Astrologically, this is as good as it gets for love. This is the kind of day where proposals happen, where people reconcile after years apart, where you lock eyes with someone across a room and just know. This is manifestation on steroids. And I want to be very clear, I don't think this day is magic because the planets make it so. I think this day is magic because the planets are reflecting what's already true in the universe, that love is abundant, that you are deserving, and that miracles are real. So how do you work with this energy? Here's what I suggest, and this is just my perspective, not a rule. On February 22nd, get really clear about what you want. Not in a desperate, grasping way, but in a calm, certain way. Visualize it, feel it, write it down, speak it out loud if that feels right. And then, and this is the hard part, let it go. Trust that the universe heard you. Trust that what's meant for you is already on its way. Because I really believe that when you combine clarity with surrender, that's when the magic happens. Some of you will meet someone that day, others will have a breakthrough in an existing relationship, and some of you will have the internal shift, the moment where you realize you're finally ready, you're finally open, you're finally available for the love you've been calling in. All of those are miracles, all of those matter. When the dust settles, you'll look back and realize everything changed. So picture this, it's early March, Venus has moved on from Pisces, Mercury has stationed direct after going retrograde, the energy has calmed, and you're looking back at February thinking, what just happened? Because I really believe that when you look back, you'll see it clearly. The person who appeared, the door that opened, the realization you had, the way you chose differently, the moment everything shifted. And maybe it won't look exactly like you thought it would. Maybe the soulmate showed up as a friend first. Maybe the love miracle was learning to love yourself in a way you never had before. Maybe it was the courage to leave what wasn't serving you, trusting that something better was waiting. But here's what I know. Something will have changed. You won't be the same person you were on February 9th. The way you see love, the way you value yourself, the way you trust the universe, it will all be different. This is what I believe Venus in Pisces is for. Not just romance, not just magic, but evolution, growth, becoming the version of you who is aligned with the love you're meant to experience. And that version of you, they're being born right now, in this moment, as you watch this video, as you feel that pull in your chest, as you dare to hope that maybe, just maybe, this time it's real. It is real. I really believe that. And I think you're about to see it for yourself. Alright, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you and you want more content like this, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. And please drop a comment below. I really want to hear what you've been experiencing. Have you been feeling this energy already? Has someone been on your mind? Are you one of the 3 water signs feeling this intensely? I read every single comment, and I love connecting with you all. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.